So back in the 12th grade, I dropped out and went to Job Corps. And every time I say this, people always ask why. You were so close to graduating, why didn't you just finish your senior year? Well, I was not close to graduating, that's the problem. I went to 5 different high schools. 5 different high schools. 5 different high schools. I was a Rolling Stone. Wherever I laid a Twinkie was my home. So when that lease was up, my time at that school was up. No shade. Now, these 5 different high schools were in different school districts, so they all have different curriculum. Now, one thing about me, I do the most, so I can't just take my regular core classes. I'm the Puerto Rican princess, so I can't be like the other peasants. I gotta take exotic classes. I'm taking astronomy, child development. Mind you, I don't even want kids. Everything except my core classes. But because I was in nice areas, they took the credits. If you're from Houston, I was in Cy-Fair ISD, Katy ISD, really bougie, until I got to my last school. In Houston Independent School District, the hood. Because I'm in the hood, they don't have the resources. So all the other classes I was taking in the other school districts, they don't offer this in HISD. So now whenever I transfer, none of those credits transfer. I didn't know that until the first day of school. I get my schedule and I see senior classes, but at the top of my schedule, it says I'm classified as a 10th grader. Nah, Dolly. Obviously, I am behooved. So I go to my administration. I'm like, hey, y'all made a mistake. I'm a 12th grader. You put me as a 10th grader. They said, well, yeah, here's the thing. So because you took all of these exotic classes, we cannot accept that in this school district. So we put you in a class called Grad Lab. Grad Lab, what's that? Grad Lab is a class where you take all of your core classes all over again. Because majority of my classes at the other school districts were electives, I have to go back and retake all of my core classes. So I'm like, I'm not doing that, let me transfer. But then I remember I just got my own apartment. I can't transfer. So now I have to take 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade all at the same time while having my own apartment and working full time and taking care of a badass dog. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. I get to Grad Lab and I am struggling. Grad Lab is turning me every which way but loose. No shade. Everything is becoming a blur. I'm starting to have nightmares about Grad Lab. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. By this time, I'm starting to get stressed out and depressed. I'm having to work full time and take all of these classes. It is way too much on me. One of my teachers takes notice of how different my attitude is. Because normally, I'm the life of the party, no shade. But after that, ain't nothing to laugh about. She pulls me aside and she's asking me what's going on. I start breaking down crying. I tell her everything going on in my life. She hugs me, she lays hands on me, she starts praying for me, and she tells me everything is going to be okay. If I need anything, please come to her. Now, as the school year progressed, I went to school less and less. My mental health was the worst it had ever been. I was very low, very stressed out, very depressed. The only thing I wanted to do was take my own life. I felt like I would never be able to succeed. Eventually, I had to make a choice, either work or school. And because I had my own apartment, I chose work. So I stopped going to school. Now I'm the lowest I've ever been. I'm like, wow, I made it to my 12th grade year and I still could not graduate. I had reached my breaking point. I was tired of being depressed. I was tired of being broken down. I told myself, how am I so young going through all of this? Felt like nobody cared about me. I was crying out for help and nobody was listening. I was trying to fight so hard, but I'm tired of fighting. So I told myself I want to take my own life. I sat down that morning and I was going over exactly how I was going to take my own life until I got an email. Everything at my school was electronic, so they would email us our report cards. And I don't know why I cared to even check the report card because I dropped out, but something told me to check that report card. I checked the report card, and while I was looking at it, of course I was failing my classes, except for one class. That same teacher that hugged me, prayed for me, and told me that she cared about me, passed me. And I was so confused because I had not been at school in weeks, and she still passed me. So I had to go talk to her. Went to go talk to her, and immediately when I saw her, she hugged me and I started breaking down crying. I just had to ask her, why did you do that for me? And she looked me in my face and she said, I wanted you to know that even if somebody is not in your face, they are always thinking about you. And I just had to stop for a second and think, wow. I was just about to take my own life because I felt like there was nobody in my corner. And even though this lady was not in my face, she was still there fighting for me. Told her, you don't know how much this means to me because I genuinely felt like I was alone. She said, you are never alone. And what I want you to do, if you don't come back to school, you need to go to Job Corps. I said, what's Job Corps? She said, Job Corps is a trade school. You can go there for free. You can get a free education while you live there. Get your high school diploma or a GED, and you can learn a trade. You can become a CNA, a medical assistant, a pharmacy tech, whatever they have there, you can get it for free. So at least you have that as a foundation. Took her advice and went to Job Corps. Now, obviously, I was not going to do school all over again, so I was not getting my high school diploma. No shade. I went and got my GED. And then on top of that, I got my CNA certificate. Did exactly what she said I was going to do. Build a foundation. Her doing that for me saved my life. She cared about me at a time where I didn't even care about myself. Moral of the story, sometimes it feels like you are all alone. You are fighting and fighting and fighting, but it feels like you're breathing underwater. It feels like there is nobody there for you. You are crying out for help, but nobody can hear you. We all go through our own battles every single day. So just because somebody is not there physically does not mean nobody cares about you. Your life is important. Your life has a purpose, and your life matters more than you will ever know. I made it through all of my darkest days, and so did you, because you are strong. So now you deserve to live a better life. Our days here are numbered, so live them good while you're here. I love you. No shade.